hotels, places of transit, temporary homes, and sometimes stages for the unexplainable. We check in, we check out, anonymous figures passing through numbered doors. But what happens in the dead of night, in those long, quiet corridors, captured only by the unblinking eye of security cameras? Usually, it's nothing. Maybe a late-night wanderer, a room service cart, mundane moments in a transient space. But sometimes, the footage captures something that defies logic. Something that makes seasoned security staff rewind, zoom in, and question their own eyes. Today, we delve into one such incident. Security footage, shared by baffled hotel employees, appears to show something impossible. A hotel guest simply vanishing in the middle of a hallway. The location: the third floor of the Century Grand Hotel. A slightly dated but well-maintained establishment. The time: 2:17 a.m. The hallway is empty, bathed in the dim, functional lighting common to such places. Nothing seems out of the ordinary. Then, a figure appears. A guest, let's call him Mr. Abernathy for anonymity, emerges from the direction of the elevators. He's walking at a normal pace, carrying nothing, seemingly heading towards his room further down the corridor. He doesn't appear distressed or rushed, just walking. He passes room 312, room 314. The camera angle gives us a clear, unobstructed view of this central section of the hallway. There are no doors immediately to his left or right in this specific stretch, just blank walls adorned with generic hotel art. He continues forward. Then, something peculiar happens. Right around the doorway of room 316, Mr. Abernathy hesitates. It's subtle, a slight turn of the head perhaps. He takes one more step forward, placing him almost directly in the center of the frame, in a patch of wall between two room doors. And then, he's gone. Not walks out of frame, not ducks into a room. One moment, he is a solid presence in the low-resolution feed. The next, empty space, vanished into thin air. The hotel staff who first witnessed this were, understandably, stunned. They checked the logs. No doors in that immediate vicinity opened or closed. They reviewed footage from other cameras covering hallway intersections and stairwells. Mr. Abernathy never reappeared. He didn't exit the floor. He didn't trigger any other sensors. Their initial reaction? A glitch. A momentary recording failure. A corrupted file. But the timestamp kept running. The rest of the footage before and after that exact second is perfectly intact. Other movements, like dust motes drifting in the light, continued uninterrupted during the supposed glitch. It wasn't a camera failure. So, what happened? Did Mr. Abernathy possess some unknown ability? Was it a paranormal event? A spectral guest fading away? Some have theorized a time slip, a momentary warp in reality. Others, more skeptically, suggested a cleverly executed prank. Though how one could achieve such an effect, live without digital manipulation after the fact, stumped everyone. The staff even physically inspected the section of the hallway where he disappeared. They knocked on the walls, checked the carpet, looked for hidden panels or loose fixtures. Nothing. Just a solid wall, exactly like the blueprints indicated. Mr. Abernathy, records showed, checked out later that morning without incident, seemingly unaware of the ontological chaos he'd left behind on the third-floor security feed. For weeks, the footage remained an internal mystery, a piece of baffling data filed away as unexplained. But the story doesn't end there. The mystery gnawed at one particular night manager. Let's call him David. He couldn't shake the image. The way Mr. Abernathy paused, the slight turn. It felt deliberate. Weeks later, during a routine maintenance check triggered by an unrelated electrical issue on that floor, David accompanied the technicians. As the electricians consulted the original building plans, not the simplified ones kept at the front desk, but the detailed architectural drafts from decades ago when the hotel was first built, David noticed something. An anomaly. Right where Mr. Abernathy vanished, the plans showed something that wasn't on the modern schematics. A dotted line, labeled Service Access, Panel C-Plime. It turns out, decades ago, a narrow service access panel, barely wider than a person, had been built into the wall for reaching plumbing or wiring. Over years of renovations and redecorating, it had been wallpapered over, painted over, multiple times. Its edges became perfectly flush with the surrounding wall, the seams rendered practically invisible by layers of paint and textured wallpaper, especially under the dim hallway lighting and on the low-resolution camera feed. It wasn't locked in a conventional way. It used an older pressure release latch mechanism, hidden along the baseboard trim. Mr. Abernathy didn't vanish into thin air. He knew about the panel. Maybe he was a former employee, an urban explorer, or just incredibly observant and lucky. That slight pause, that turn, he was likely applying pressure to the hidden release near the floor with his foot or hand, perfectly timed as he stepped into the wall. The panel would have swung inwards silently, allowing him to slip through into the narrow service space behind it. From the camera's perspective, shielded by the low resolution and the seamless disguise, it looked exactly like a magic trick, a vanishing act. So, not a ghost, not a glitch in the Matrix, but a secret hidden in plain sight, revealed only by peeling back the layers of time and paint. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other secrets do seemingly ordinary places hold, concealed just beneath the surface, waiting for the right moment or the right person to reveal themselves? The Century Grand Hotel hallway kept its secret well, until one guest decided to use it, creating a mind-boggling mystery from a simple, hidden door. And that's the end of this story. If you love watching such true horror stories, then do like, share, and subscribe to Horror Vault channel. I will see you in the next video with another interesting true horror story from the past.